Hey guys, this is my, as you can see by the title and thumbnail, Leatherman Sidekick Restoration Project. So I lost this thing for a couple days, or temporarily misplaced as I like to put it, and it got a little rusty because it was under some snow and some rain and things, and there's a couple of rust spots on there. And so I'm going to try and use this right here, this sharpening block, just try and very quickly get some stuff off. I have to resort to something else, I'll let you know. But yeah, here's what it looks like before. This is after sitting in oil for, see, I put it in there at about Sunday at right around 10 a.m., a little bit before. And this is now Wednesday, right around 5:30 p.m. Actually, almost 5:45 p.m. So whatever the hours are on that. So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm taking this little brush. That sharpening block went pretty well actually, and with it soaking in oil for a good time, the action's still super buttery smooth. But there is, I don't know if you can hear the grit and stuff in there, so I'm gonna try and, like I said, just open up everything that's in here, kind of get in there with this little tiny brush and try and do my best to get some of that stuff out and just clean it up. And then I'm gonna take some paper towel or some rag or something and go in there and try and dry it up every little bit that I can, and then I'm gonna get back to using this thing. So like I said, temporary misplaced, now I'm getting it back restored. So yeah, I'll cut to either me doing something else or the finished product. So see you then. All right guys, so I've got it cleaned up pretty well actually. I used that little wire brush and it worked out pretty well. I mean, it took off a lot of it, and in here kind of, it was real rusty, and there's some spots that I just couldn't quite get all the way off. But it kind of left like a patina look on it, which I absolutely do not mind. But now I'm gonna try and take some of this gauze and just, I'm gonna rag type stuff and try and clean it up a little bit and get it to where it's not just drenched in oil, and hopefully get some of the grit out of it as well. I would really like it to not be so gritty. And I might have to look something up to do that, because I don't want to wash it and try and shove water in all those spots that I can't get to get the grit out of, because that's exactly why I'm doing this in the first place, because it rusted. So I might have to look something up, but yeah, that went really well with that brush and that block. I got the majority of the rust, and some of the other stuff I'm really not worried about. It's mainly only just surface rust, and this isn't really, you know, low grit stuff that's gonna really get down in there and dig deep on the surface. So like I said, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get this dry and see how that goes. All right guys, this actually worked out pretty well. As you can see, she's nice and clean. It's not super loud with the grit anymore. I got down in there with my paper towel and cleaned it out. And honestly, this might be cleaner than when I got it. I got it used, and it was from my brother, and I don't think he spent a whole lot of time getting it all nice and clean. So this is probably cleaner than when I got it. Definitely not as clean as brand new, but this is pretty awesome. It's hard to tell that I lost it out in the yard somewhere, and it got snowed on and rained on, and there was some rust all over it. And you know, now the blades, they look pretty good on both sides, and then the saw looks pretty good. Not as rusty, may not be perfect, but it's definitely cleaned up a lot. And action is super smooth, just like brand new. I mean, I think it went pretty well. I'm gonna go remove that clip and put it in its sheath that my brother found that he was gonna give me, because I don't want to lose again, and I was wearing it on my belt with this clip. So yeah, I'll show you guys it in its clip and on my belt maybe, and I might throw a picture in there or not. But this only took me, let's see, it's 6:05 now, 6:10 now, so I mean 30 minutes of just sitting down after soaked in oil, using a brush, some gauze and some rag material, and wiping it down. Looks pretty good. And like I said, it took me about 30 minutes. You'll probably watch it in about 10 minutes. Maybe not even 10 minutes, might be just about 5 minutes of video. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. Let me know what you guys think.